Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well and looking forward to another episode here in Misty Marsh. So last episode we were decorating our cafe area over here, done a lot of rock work, did the building, created these little huts for the exhibits to be in. I think it's all come together very nicely. I've just got a little, I've just got a little bit of foliage left to do. So let's just crack on with that and then we're going to move on to our next animal. Now, you guys have been kind enough to sort of recommend animals to me, and I really appreciate that. So, our next animal is going to be either jaguar or crocodile. Basically, those are going to be our next two animals. So, I don't know which order I'm doing them in. I haven't thought about habitats yet. I've not planned that far ahead. So, we'll just have to see what happens. So I'm just coming along, just doing my usual basically along here. Just getting some nice ferns on. Get one or two actually growing down here as well. I quite like that. Nice bit of foliage right down by the people. That looks terrible. Hang on. I didn't mean to put it like that. There we go. Yeah, we've got a nice bit of area down here that definitely needs stuff growing in it. And here, and here, yeah, we've got quite a lot going on out here that I've not really looked into yet. Good stuff. Get a couple on here. And then we'll get some bracken as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got a couple of little bits like that. One down in there. Got any more of those? I don't think we have we? I think that was it. Good stuff. Right, let's get to our bracken. Because this stuff just, oh, it just does so much, doesn't it? I love it. I'm going to get rid of that snapping, that's annoying me. Hang on. I love it because I can just sink it in like that, you see, and it just blends in, doesn't it? Just fills these little gaps around the edge here, which I really like. Bits like that. Oh yeah, bits like this. Let's just come out here. Just get some of this. Look at that. It just, oh, it's the best plant in the game. It really is. And then I can kind of lift it. Get it at the back there. Get it in there. Just putting it everywhere, basically. There we go. Nice. Oh, I added all of that to a group, apparently. I didn't mean to do that. Good stuff. Now, hang on. What other foliage have I been putting in? Oh, yes, these big, the king ferns. Tree ferns, and obviously I've got the big trees as well. Let's get back to our ferns. I do like the idea of one or two of these maybe kind of sunk in up here. Just looks quite cool, doesn't it? Let's get another one just up here. Just growing up out the top. Maybe one over this side as well. Nice. I love it. It looks crazy. Right, and then we've got our tree ferns. I reckon I could squeeze a couple of these in. These all look really nice in these little gaps. Just like that. Look at that. Oh, it just looks lovely, doesn't it? Let's get a nice big one growing up out the back here. Get one in there. See, it doesn't matter where it comes from. That's the joy of this sort of thing. You can just get it in a gap. You see, just frames the statue over there. That's nice. I like that. Let's get one or two up on here. Just kind of sink them in. Get them leaning a little bit, and they just look so cool. Let's get one of these funky sort of curved ones as well. I like them. In fact, you don't even need to do anything with that because it's already leaning. And then we've got quite a nice hole in here for one. Probably another one back in here as well. There we go. Right, how jungly are we feeling now? Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Lovely and green. Good. Right, and then we've got our massive trees to try and get in. I didn't think I'd get one right on the edge there. Definitely want to get one in here though. Look at that. Get those roots coming right down on the rocks. So cool. I'll get one of these nice angled ones on here if I can. Ooh, can I get it so the roots are kind of coming down in there? Or over the top of that? That looks interesting. Oh yeah, I quite like that. Excellent, okay. We have got the smaller one, but I don't use that much, I'll be honest. I like the trunk of this one. I just think the trunk itself is a feature. Like that, look at that. Oh, it's just amazing. Probably my favourite tree in the game at the moment anyway. I'm sure that will change over time. I'll discover other ones. But certainly for this sort of environment, it just looks right, doesn't it? Let's just see what it looks like as we come up here. Yep, we've got some nice foliage up high. I like that you've got a bit of a gap here. You've got the meeting point. It's nice and obvious. And then you've just got one or two big old trees. And there we go. That's our meeting area. No, it's not. We need to put bins down. Let's get bins down. And then we will be done. Let's get one over there, and let's get one over there. That will do nicely. Great. And plenty of people are coming over here, so that's really good. Right, so there we go. I'm very happy with that area. I think that is done now. So let's move on to our next habitat. So jaguars or crocodiles? I fancy doing some crocodiles. So where do we want to go? I haven't finished off all of this along here actually yet, but that's, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that at the same time as I do whatever I do on the other side of this. Now this, I don't want this zoo to get too big, so realistically I will have a habitat along here, and that will be the edge of the zoo. Probably several habitats basically along this edge of the road here, and then coming down here and up here and sort of around to meet in with this. So yeah, so not huge amounts left, I don't think. I don't want this zoo to just keep going and just being repetitive over and over. That's the problem you have when you do a really heavily themed zoo like this. It gets very samey for me to build it, and it gets very samey for you to watch me do it as well. I don't want any of us to get bored, basically. So yeah, so it's not going to keep going for too much longer. But yeah, where can I do crocodiles? They need water. It makes sense for them to be sort of low down like this, doesn't it? So I could come into here. This is flat, so I can build off of this pathway, and I could go down. I could go down even more than it is already, I reckon, over here. So let's do this. Let's go down and let's flatten. And let's build them a big old sort of cratered thing like this. Now, how do I want to do this? I quite like the idea of having a little pathway over the top of the yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Over the top of the animals. Let's just bring this down. Let's just see if I can make this a bit better along here, so I can actually link, get the pathway sort of going across it. Okay, it really doesn't want me doing that, does it? Is it because it's... No, I probably need to do the ground underneath. I think that sometimes upsets the top. Yeah, there we go. Right, so I can just about Right, let's see if I can make this work. Let's come back in here. Oh, hang on, let's flatten this. It's always tricky trying to do this sort of thing. Hang on, what's it trying to do? How is that too uneven? That's insane. Yeah, this is always the problem I have, trying to do terrain work. How is that too uneven? It's perfectly flat. Oh, it's the underneath bit again, isn't it? Oh, honestly. I bet you it was. I bet you it's that. It detects the underneath bit. It's very strange. Right. I'll have to kind of just build out. There we go. Wherever I can, basically. Right. And so the idea is you have this kind of looping around. I will make it bigger, the actual habitat itself. I just want to get the pathway in place first. And back to there. Beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Okay, so that's that. Let's come back into here. So yeah, so this is going to get a little bit bigger. Not quite sure why that's happened, but let's just get rid of these weird little bits. Okay, good. Right, now let's have a look at trying to get the barrier in. I'm going to go with a small one. If I can get it to attach. Hang on, it's the wrong way around, that's why. It's not going to go. It is not going to happen, is it? Hang on. Yeah, okay. Right, let's that's fine. I can work with this. Let's just extend this out a bit. Let's remember to do this bottom bit because it doesn't like it. Let's come back to our barrier. It's not going to connect into that pathway. That's interesting. Let's just see if I can actually in any way. No. Okay, well that's fine. We'll persevere. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, there we go. Look, I can do it like that. Fine, that will do. It's not perfect, but I'll make it work somehow. Or maybe I won't. It's not going to, is it? It's not. Oh, hang on. Is it going to? Interesting. Okay, hang on. Let's play around with this bit here because that is almost working. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Look at that. It looks fine like that. Ah, it's angled. That's why. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Wasn't quite how I intended it, but that's absolutely fine. I can do that. I can work with it. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So this is going to be filled with water, but what I also want is I want a bit like a ledge, basically, like this, where the animals will come out onto and sort of bask. So they have a little land area. Actually, I'll do two. I'll make a little ledge over here as well. I think let's have a look here. Right, yeah, I think this one's just a bit too high. I think more like that. Yeah, good. Right, and then I'll do kind of a slope so the animals can come up and down out of the water quite easily, hopefully. And the same over here. Something like that. It's hard to know until I actually put the water in, really. Yeah, so I want it up to there. Good stuff. Okay. Right. Now let's get back to our barrier. So we're going to do null barrier. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to need to do, which is fine. I'll get this in place in a minute. Right, let's get the barrier done first. So all the way around the back here. Let's just take it through the cliff. And, whoops, around the back here. That'll do. That's fine. It's null barrier, so it's all good. I'll probably do actually a small island in the middle here as well. So if I do this, oh my word, what has happened to that? Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm going to do a little bit of land in here as well. I'll have to just put a rock on that. I don't know why it's playing around with that. That's fine. I will make that work. And make it so the animals again can get up onto here, maybe via a slope over here. You will notice terrain work is not my forte. I want to get better at it. I do. I want to do a lot more of this sort of thing, but it's not easy. It's time consuming. You get it wrong a lot. But ultimately, hopefully I can still make this look decent. Right, let's get back to our water. Ah, yes, there we go, water, good. Right. So, there we go. So that's kind of our habitat. So the reason I've done that is so that there's a bit of land where the keepers can put food here. So you're nice and close to the animals. So if I get a feeding thing in here, the animals will hopefully come up onto here and eat. That's the plan. But let's have a look at the animals, I guess. Now, what was I putting? Was it crocodigators? I just made up a new species. Crocodiles or alligators? Let's have a look. We've got the saltwater crocodile. Now, actually, is there alligators? There's an American alligator. I think alligator, because alligators are a bit more swampy, aren't they? Especially the American ones. I think they do basically go in the swamps of America. So let's do that. Let's get these four guys in. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I am still quite poorly. I apologise if my voice is a bit off and I'm coughing and sneezing at you. Oh, there's a bit of a bump in the road there. Do you know what? I'm not going to faff around with that. I'm just going to let it go, because otherwise it will never reconnect, and that will really depress me. Yeah, it's so hard when you're trying to do pathways going on and off of land like this. It very rarely goes perfectly flat. See, look, there's actually a little bump there as well. It's a very silly game when it comes to pathing, I have to say. I'm sure there are technical reasons why it's so tricky to get it to go like that. Oh. Why have you been abandoned? Oh, I think it's probably just because I was changing the barrier. No path to destination. Yes, there is. What is going on? What do you mean there's no path? What? No, it's... What? Hang on. Invalid destination. Can I... Okay, so it's let me put them in there. No path to destination. Well, it's talking rubbish, isn't it? Because it can get there. Why can't it get here? It wasn't inaccessible until I did that. Is it the... Did I do something to the barrier? No, the barrier's fine. Oh no, hang on. What have I done? Oh yeah, of course, because the barrier... Yeah, the barrier is inside the habitat. That's why it's all... It's confused, isn't it? I need this to be out here somewhere. Why on earth is that not going to... There we go. I think. No, hang on. I'm going to need another one of them. And it needs to come out here somewhere. Oh, come on. What is wrong with you? Really? Oh, oh, oh. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hang on. There you go. Right. Now... Surely now... No path to destination. What is it talking about? Hang on, if I... The barrier goes like that. Is it still this one, do you think? Do I need to just take this right out? Hang on, if I do that, and then I can push this one back. Like that. Okay. Nope, something's broken. And I don't know what. That's odd. Right, let's try and do this path again. I'm so annoyed that it won't go into this bit anywhere. Hang on, hang on. Was that... No. See, that works, but it corrupts the graphics there. I can only do that. Habitat 11. Ah, there we go. Right, the path is back in. Good. Maybe it was... I think it was just a bug. It wasn't detecting that I'd cleared the path, I think. Right, that was a bit weird, wasn't it? I think I might need to get a rock in that hole. I'm fearing what their traversable area is going to look like here. I'm a bit concerned that they can't get up and down these slopes, but it's fine. Once they're here, I'll figure that out. Right, here they come. Speed them up a bit. Let's get them in. Good, there we go. Right, now let's have a look. Where can you go? Oh, yes. Oh, beautiful. I don't know how they get onto the pathway, but okay. Oh, they can do that at the moment. That's fine. There we go. That's fantastic. They can go up and down onto the slopes on both sides. They can get into this middle bit here as well. Superb. Okay, that's worked much better than I expected, I'll be honest. Great. Let's do a little bit more terrain then. So I just want to kind of smarten this up. So this will all be rocky backdrop around these bits. So I'm not too fussed about the land being like you know, perfect. I need this bit to look a bit nicer though. Oh, Oh, look at that. We've got a stupid bit of land stuck there, and it's not going to let me get rid of it. Right, well, I'm going to have to do a archway there to hide that bit of land, so that's fine. Oh, look at these. Big Daddy, look at him. Wow. Look at that. People are coming over already. Fantastic. At the moment, this pathway is floating, so I'll have to do something about that. I might just put the supports on. I don't really want rocks in the water. I don't want to disturb the water. So if I just do path supports on a couple of bits, like so. And there we go. So you've got path supports on, so at least it looks like the path is actually held up in some capacity. Crocodiles look good. I will get more in as well eventually, but yeah, that's looking pretty good for a start. So let's just have a quick look then at their enrichment. So what do we got? It's American alligator. What have we got that I can put on here? Yeah, see the restraint feeder, I think, is the best one. Because they'll come up. And I can leave this nice and open so that they can get up to this. Right, let's just come into here then, and let's make sure their food quality is up. Right, American alligator. Let's do my usual, even though it makes no difference. Beautiful, okay. Right, what else have we got? Oh, I don't suppose this is going to go anywhere, is it? No, that's fine. Right, mud bath. I feel like we could squeeze a mud bath in somewhere. That's pretty cool. There we go. Let's get a mud bath. Actually, I might even get two. Get one in each, on each of the ledges. Okay, I might need to make that ledge a little bit bigger to fit that on, but I want to, so I will. So we'll just move that back. No. I wonder if that's because of the barrier, actually. Yes, there we go. I need to just move that barrier back. Oops. Oh dear, it's raining outside. That's not good. My little girl is at my grandparents' at the moment, and they like to go out for a walk at lunchtime to get her to nod off to sleep. But if it's raining, they won't take her, which means getting her to sleep will be tricky. Never mind. That's my problem, not yours. That's just a little insight into my life there. There we go. Let's get a couple of nice bits and pieces around. Actually, I can't do food over there because the guys can't get over there, can they? So hang on, which of these are food ones? Yeah, so we've got the pumpkin. Let's get the pumpkin on here, and let's do all the food bits just here. Let's make sure they're all accessible. Good, that'll do. And then I might be able to get an underwater feeder in. I'm guessing not, actually. I'm guessing that's not going to be deep enough. No, it's fine. I won't get a water feeder. That's not a problem. But they definitely want some toys. Wow, the rain is really coming down outside. Let's just get that in. I don't want this to be too clogged up because I do want it to be an area where they sort of bask. Although, actually, to be honest, they probably do spend most of the time in the water, don't they? So they may not even come out to these. Do you know what? I feel like this water should be Everglade water. There we go. I think that looks a bit better for the alligators. Yeah, look, they're all just sitting in the water. And that's fine, if that's what they want to do. At least we're giving them options. There we go. That's the start of our alligator habitat. Lots and lots to do with that. But let's end with a nice view back at our cafe that we finished off. So I was very happy with this area. I think it looks very nice. So there we go. That's brilliant. that's going to do it then for this episode. So thank you very much for joining me once more. Please do leave your comments down below if you've got anything you want to say, any ideas, thoughts, suggestions for animals or whatever that you want to see in the zoo. And I'll hopefully see you again in the next episode where we will continue with our new alligator habitat. Until then, do take care and I will see you soon. Bye for now.